I'm here to disrupt everything the diet and food industry has told you for years. What if you could stop obsessing over food and weight, understand exactly what your body really needs to thrive, all while learning how to feel empowered, confident, and in control? Hey there, I'm Carrie Lapoli, a certified nutritionist, award-winning educator, behavioral specialist, international speaker, and mom of two amazing college-age daughters. I'm here to help you disrupt everything the diet industry has told you about your health and your body. So here's the truth. Sure, what we put in our bodies matters, and it's more than just nutrition. As a nutritionist and a behavioral expert, I'm uniquely qualified to marry both the science of what our bodies need along with how to change your relationship with food, and all while realizing your value. I want to help teach you to reach your health, wellness, and yes, even weight loss goals with powerful conversations, science-backed strategies, and real talk. I'll teach you how to break free from the cycle of dieting, deprivation, and self-sabotage and start truly living. No more temporary fixes here, just sustainable wellness for you, your family, and your future that no one is talking about. You were not put on this earth to find the right diet, so it's time to stop living like you were. Join me each and every week as I share practical advice, a fresh perspective on the power of mindset, and tips that empower you to live your purpose, all while still enjoying the foods you love. And yeah, that even includes carbs. So if you want something different, you have to do something different. Consider me your something different. Welcome to the Diet Disruptors podcast. Well, hey there, Diet Disruptors. Carrie here, and we are literally just about through this little mini series on time management because it is so important to me that you learn how to manage time so that time doesn't manage you. Time is literally the great equalizer. If you have a whole lot of money, like lots and lots and lots of money, it doesn't matter because you still have exactly the same amount of time as somebody that has literally $0. 168 hours in a week, we will never be able to get it back. So that's why I dedicated the beginning of 2025 to this mini series on time management because people say to me all the time, like, Carrie, just teach me how to eat. Give me a meal plan. And I keep saying, like, yes, I understand that you need to understand food. It's the thing that's like, I don't know. It's just kept you from feeling confident. Like, I just don't know what to do. And it's so confusing. It's just been this like missing piece you believe in your life. Well, with years and years of the work that I've been doing, I know I can tell people how to eat. But that's only one small piece of the puzzle. Nutrition is a foundation. The diet industry has us believing all the wrong things, calories in, calories out, macro counting, tracking your food on an app, all of that. Nothing that's sustainable, nothing that is actually going to give you the ability to do something forever. And I think one of the big things that we have to also recognize, I'll just get off on this tangent for 1 second, is our definition of what it means when something's working. What is it? What do you want? Why do you want it? What's your definition of success? So when you say the diet worked, but it didn't work anymore, well, what was your definition of working? Was it that you lost a little bit of weight at first and then you gained it all back? That's exactly how diets are designed to work. Is your definition of working weight loss? So when you plateau, you think, well, I stopped working. Well, weight loss is one measure of whether or not your body may be getting healthy. Let's talk about the difference between health and weight loss. If you work on getting healthy, a byproduct of that is weight loss. It's just automatic. But if you focus on weight loss, you may not actually be getting healthier. So you got to decide, what does it mean when something is working? And when we have only 168 hours in the week and we can't get any of them back, we best make sure that we are using the time we have to ensure that what we're doing works. To me, the definition of something working is that I am on a path and a journey towards self-awareness, self-discovery, and optimal health. When I get to my optimal health, I'll get to my optimal weight, of course. But if that's what I'm doing every single day, it's going to work. It's working every day. I want you to see success in every day, not in someday. One day when I weigh a certain amount, then I am successful. Then I can be happy. It's just not true. And when we can respect time and recognize that time is so precious, we want to be really intentional with what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it, when we're doing it, so that we can actually live our purpose. I always say we weren't put on this earth to find the right diet, but we keep living like we were. In fact, really what we were meant to do is to serve others. Each and every one of us, you included, have a purpose on this earth. And what a shame it would be for you to go through this life just seeking the wrong things. And when I think about something that's working, it's guiding me towards understanding my purpose. So a meal plan is not just going to do that for you. You need, yes, to be the healthiest version of yourself. So nutrition is a piece of that. But we need to be doing a whole lot of other things. I call them the six spinning plates: nutrition, movement, hydration, managing our stress, getting sleep, supplementation. We also need to be connected with others, having community, relationship. Like it's just so multi-layered. And it takes time. It takes little bits of progress every day. We'd call it 1% a day, but also a real intentionality on who am I giving my energy to? How am I showing up? How am I showing up for myself so I can show up for others? Self-care is absolutely not selfish. In fact, I would say all day long it is selfish not to understand how to take care of yourself. And time is a huge part of that. So this is the second to last in our series on time management. And so just to recap really quickly, if you haven't listened to them, you're still going to get so much out of this one, but you should go back and listen to each one of these in the series. I purposely made them really short and so that they can build off of each other. We talked about time and that we all have 168 hours. We talked about the brain dump of you just taking all the things that you know you have to do in a week and just throwing them down on a piece of paper and giving them assigning them an amount of time each week you spend doing that. Like grocery shopping for me before I started doing Instacart was like 3 hours a week. And holy heck, like I don't want to give 3 hours of my time to grocery shopping. I hate grocery shopping. But if we have 168 hours and let's say we sleep 7 hours a night, that's 49 hours. We still have a lot more time in the week. And then if we work 40 hours, we still have almost 80 hours a week. So surely we should be able to fit 5 hours of exercise in there, right? Today's episode is brought to you by Zyve 7. It is time to awaken your digestion because your gut health relies on you. Everything is attached to our gut. And if our gut ain't happy, ain't nothing in our body happy. And if you are a woman who is also going through menopause, your gut health is more important than ever before. Zyve 7 is a finely tuned symphony of gut health for your daily ritual, blending nature's intelligence with scientific precision. And I have had the honor of being able to work on this product myself. So I know exactly where all the ingredients are sourced from and why the ingredients are that powerful. It is not only a digestive enzyme, but it also has protective probiotics, enzymes, prebiotics. It is your first step to improve your gut health, banish your bloating, smooth sailing every day with regularity, and stay consistent with your blood sugar levels. Go check out shopzyve.com now. So you went through that exercise, and then we talked about prioritizing our tasks based on importance and urgency. And then we started getting into how I actually plan, how I teach my clients to plan so that we look at the time funnel. Because at the end of the day, our days translate into weeks, months, and years. And so if you look back on yourself and you're like, how did I get here? Gosh, it's been like, we had a client that did a phone call with us in my private practice. And if we invite somebody in to work with us, we're very, very limited in how many people we bring in. And we're not always bringing in people, but you can always check our website, disruptednutrition.com, to see if we're taking new clients. But we had a woman that we invited in to work with us, and she was like, she had so much fear about investing in herself. And she just ultimately decided she wasn't going to do it. And I actually make them wait a whole year before they get another invitation to work with us. And that may seem crazy, but I have learned that unless we learn these tools of intentionality, nothing's going to change in her mindset and her thinking. She almost just needs a year of going around that mountain again and to look back and be like, oh my gosh, a year just went by. How did I get here? And sure enough, 2 weeks ago, I got on a phone call with her again. And she's like, okay, I am worse off than I was before. I thought I could do it on my own. I love what you teach. I listen to everything that you do. I listen to all your podcasts, and I just still couldn't do it. Like I'm worse than I was before. Her blood work came back worse. She's gaining more weight, and even more than that, like she's just not serving her purpose. But a year went by pretty fast if you think about it. So that time funnel is really important because our years are compilation of our months, our weeks, our days, and our hours. And I will all say all day long, we are not a machine. We are not robots. We cannot be productive every minute of every day. There needs to be a balance. We need to build in margin. There's so many nuances of it. But if we don't really see how time folds into each other, a year goes by and you're like, how the heck did I get here? So we went through the time funnel and then really got into how I focus my days uh, and my daily planning. We went through our planner pad system that we have at Disruptive Nutrition. And if that's something interesting to you, you can always go and look at that. But you don't have to buy anything special in terms of a planner. You just need to understand these concepts. And that's really important. And today we're going to talk about my Sunday routine. Every single Sunday, I have a routine, and it looks different than my morning routine for the rest of the week. I go live every single morning, 6:45 a.m. Eastern time in my Instagram. So if you don't follow me on that, you need to go Carrie_Lapoli. Go follow me on my Instagram. I go live every single day because I am just so passionate about the importance of morning time reflection, intentionality, and all of these pieces that I talk about in this series here. I dig into each and every day. It's a commitment to show up every day on Instagram for you. And I also teach at the end of every single live a daily declaration, 100 days of daily declarations that are a 1% little mindset, kind of boosts that every day you're working towards an empowered mindset, but you're never done. And so at the end of the 100 days, we go back and we start all over again, day one, all over again. So you get these little daily declarations every single day. And my Sundays look very different than the rest of my days, although I do morning time every day. So in this session, I'm going to teach you what I do on Sundays. And then on the last session, I'm going to teach you what I do every single day. So on Sundays, it grounds me for the week. And I really think through, because we talked about last week, the time funnel in our months and our years and our days, and really looking at what do I want to have accomplished by the end of a month? What do I want to be able to say I did by the end of the month? So you already have that if you followed kind of my lessons from the previous sessions. So on Sundays, I'm now taking my monthly planner pad and that I filled out at the beginning of the month, and I'm looking and I'm reviewing, okay, what did I say I wanted to have done by the end of the month? And each week, and in our planner pad system, I have kind of a section for this. Each week, I take a look at what I did the week before, what I accomplished, where my goals are, and I establish kind of a set of expectations for myself for the next week. And that sort of like just gets me set up to be able to, okay, this is what I got to focus on this coming week. I also do my meal planning. Now, I don't meal prep on Sundays at all. My head coach for Disruptive Nutrition, Coach Deb, she meal preps every single Sunday, but she also works full time. It works for her. She takes 2 hours and she gets all her meals ready for the week. I can't do that. I don't want to take 2 hours on a Sunday to do that. So I sit in my morning time and I meal plan. So I take a look at our recipes. Our recipe vault is incredible over at Disruptive Nutrition, but just taking a look at what I'm going to make for our family that week. Now, I have go-tos. Every single Monday, I make a certain meal. Every single Tuesday, I make a certain meal. And I try out a new recipe typically on Wednesday nights. Thursdays, I usually do leftovers. Fridays, we go out to dinner. And so I have kind of a routine. It makes it so simple. And I take my grocery planner pad and I just figure out, I always know what I'm going to buy every single week. It's actually on my reorder list on Instacart. And I add in any new ingredients that I know I don't have or that I need. And that whole process, including the grocery shopping part, because I Instacart, because I get it that Instacart can be a little bit more expensive, but I also think that my time is more valuable. And I've just decided to weigh the pros and the cons of that. And so I do my Instacart order and my weekly plan for our dinners. I don't plan out all of my meals. We eat 6, maybe 7 times a day, depending on how long we're awake. We in a way that balances our blood sugar, PFC, protein, fat, and carb every 3 hours within an hour of waking up. Super simple, more nuanced than that, but simple. And so a lot of my meals are just like puzzle pieces, right? And I just have the puzzle pieces of protein, fats, and carbs in my fridge. And then I put puzzle pieces together all day long. I love our little PFC cards that we have because we have these little playing cards that allow you to have like, oh, these are ideas for proteins and fats and carbs, and kids love them too. But I just have the right puzzle pieces in my fridge and I plan out my dinners. That's all I do. I Instacart it. Bam. My Sundays look very different than the rest of the week. And I do this every single Sunday, and it totally sets me up for success. I know what I'm going to accomplish for that week ahead. I know what I'm going to fuel my body with when we're going out to dinner, all that intentionality. And then I time block my Sunday. So I still have my planner pad from the week before because I have a daily planner that I use. It's a rip-off pad that I use each week. And so I still have Sunday left because my new sheet doesn't come until Monday. And so I time block out the rest of my Sunday based on what I know I need to do. I usually don't work on Sundays, but we go to church and we do pickleball and things like that. And I just sort of like wrap my week up. So I typically, most of my morning times, and I'll talk about this in the next session, I'm spending time grounded in the word and in God. I do some reflection, but because I go to church on Sundays, I usually take the time that I would be doing that. And that's when I do my meal planning and my grocery shopping. And then I do my time blocking for Sunday. So that is my Sunday routine every single week. And it's like I can't not do it now. It's like brushing my teeth. And that's how I want a sustainable lifestyle to look for you. That it's just something that you do, it's who you are, it becomes part of your identity. It's like you're not negotiating with yourself all the time. Now, it takes work to get to that point because you got to go through the identity shift of the person that you were that didn't do this kind of stuff, that wasn't intentional, that didn't think ahead, that wasn't really focused on the actions and the setting systems up to the person that does. That identity shift takes it's just something new that your brain doesn't find familiar. And when your brain finds something unfamiliar, even if it's good, it's going to look at it as a negative. And so we got to recognize that anything new, our brain's going to look at as uncomfortable and unfamiliar. It's not going to want to do it. It's like an elastic band that stretches and it wants to go back to the original form. And so you just recognize that that's going to happen. But eventually, as you fight through that desire to go back to the identity that you have been for so many years, to this new identity of somebody that's intentional and thoughtful and mindful and aware, well, you're going to be stretched. And I've been doing this for so long now, though, that it's like naturally just what I do. So be ready for the barriers and the discomfort when you're starting to do this, and you're going to want to just stop being consistent, but get your why really strong and know and remember and respect the time is fleeting. It's just going and going and going. And I want to make the most of it. It is our most precious resource. So tell me a little bit more about what your Sunday routine is. Leave a review for the podcast, how you're loving it, and a little bit about your Sunday routine. Make sure you follow me on Instagram so we can go live together every single morning. You can always watch the replay. You can get your daily declaration and stay grounded in what you say you want for yourself. All right. Until next time. This one, I hope, helps get you set for a super Sunday every single week.